metal-heads.de.
Hey Metalheads, this is Toby from metal-heads.de and we're sitting next to Michael Wilton from Queensryche. Yeah, thanks for your time.
Thank you, Toby. It's good to be here. It's good to be in the nice summertime here in Germany.
Yeah, you brought the hottest day of the year with you, so...
Oh my gosh, it's like... yeah.
Quarterly shower we can take, you know.
Well, yeah, I just, we're playing some shows where it gets pretty hot in these theaters and these clubs, and,
So you're used to that?
We're used to that, and we just hope the fans are used to that.
Okay, yeah. They should. So I realized that Condition Human entered 26 in the German album charts, which was, since Q2K, I think it's 99, the first... the best entrance, yeah? How does it feel to you coming to Germany with that entrance?
Well, we're just poised in a position where we really want to rebuild our relationship with other countries and, concentrate on rebuilding those bridges and, getting out to the different countries and performing and bringing, this Queensryche to theaters, to festivals, and it's a lot of hard work, but it's worth it. And and it's a big team. The record company's doing a good job making sure it's getting out to all the outlining countries, and and what's great for us is people are taking notice of it, and they're seeing the shows, they're going on YouTube and they're going, wow, I'm going to check these guys out, and so it's great that we can come over here and tour.
So you've been around for a very, very long time now. So is it something, and I saw that you're quite active on social media, so Facebook, for example. Is it something where you say this is better today to get access to the fans, or is it curse and good thing the same way? So the good, bad, and ugly in the same thing?
Well, it's kind of you gotta move with the changes in time, right? And my kids are pushing me, Dad, you gotta get on Facebook, and you gotta tweet more, and you gotta Instagram, and you gotta and it's a full-time job,
yeah.
Trying to do that. But we know the importance of it because back when we were in the 80s, there were magazines, they were rock metal magazines, and that's how everybody got their information. And now it's all over the web, and so now you have to to stay current, you got to post, right? Otherwise, you'll be forgotten.
Yeah. Is it really that you feel that every time you put out something into the world that you see there is a peak in that people recognize you more?
Me personally, yeah. I mean, in the airports, I'm getting noticed, strange looks, and I'm getting noticed a lot, just because we tour so much and we're in so many airports. But yeah, I mean, it's look, every band in the world is touring right now. That's how we're, making our existence still happen, right? Because you don't have the cushion of album sales anymore to sustain, the lifestyle. So, it's all about touring and and with that, it's a big traffic jam. So it's very important that you have good people supporting you, booking your shows and making sure you're playing in the right places, and and it's I mean, let's face it. I mean, last night there was probably a lot of repeat customers just because they saw us the year before, and so that's what we want to see. It's, for me, it's great. I get to look out in the audience, and I see people more my age that has been there since the EP, but I'm seeing lots of young people, curious, checking us out, rocking out, and that's what it's all about. We're kind of I guess in a rebirth stage,
yeah.
right? So we have. Since Todd's been in the band, we have a pocket, of fans that just know us with Todd and don't know the old Queensryche.
Yeah.
So it's, it's kind of a good situation to be in, I guess.
Absolutely, absolutely. And when I think about you went down a hard road the last 2 years, or from 12 to 14, so with a lot of legal stuff and from the old stuff to the new stuff. And was that something where you said it was your hardest path when you, as a musician, where you went through?
I think it's any person's hardest path. It's not easy when the business is failing and bad decisions are being made, and then you have to basically rebuild what you have left, right? And to do that, like you said, it's been a few years, and we're still doing that. We're still repairing all the damage, basically, and speaking, in a business way, but in a creative way, where we have, the band back again. We have the chemistry, the band's on fire live, and we're writing great music again. So that's all happening. So it's it's like a band, has its ups and downs, right? And then it's when it's in its down, that's the hardest to get back up, and that's a hard task for any band.
Yeah. Was that entire story affecting you when writing songs? Was it something where I can't write actually because I had to clarify that first?
I think more speaking as a creative person, I think you gotta block that stuff out when you're writing, when you're being creative. You gotta put the horse blinders on, right? Yeah. And just focus on the creative element. You don't want all the the downer business stuff to creep into your writing, your creativity. That's no fun.
Yeah. Okay, so you're really searching for the ups to avoid the downs then.
Yeah, and and it's a frame of mind. I've been doing this for a long time, and it's when you get into that next stage of being creative, you get to the next phase, and you're in that headspace, and you just lock yourself into that, and I just know how to do it, and it's just what I do. I can't really describe it, but I just know I start hearing things in my head, and I just some of it makes sense and some of it's, crap. But, it's like I hear it and I got to translate it to the guitar or to the piano or whatever. And that's what's fun about being a musician is you have that ability to create, and really utilize the right brain, and that's the way we do it. And plus, we're from Seattle. We have a lot of alternative substances that are legal there now, and they can put you in an alternative state to create as well.
Cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
We're working on that in Germany. I know if you heard that.
Well, that's very progressive, and I highly advise. You'll get all your roads fixed, and with the tax dollars. Anyway, go ahead.
Being that long in the scene, how does that scene differ from back the days, like starting with the mob in '81, I think, till today?
Well, it was much more simple. There wasn't that much traffic. Now it's no matter what business you're going into, it's so crowded in every faction of music. There's more people on the world, I guess, and everybody's doing what they want to do, and there's a lot of competition now. Back then, it just seemed really easy. Everything fell into place. Back then, everything was just starting up. The record companies were just starting to do good. MTV just came onto the scene. VH1 came onto the scene. Record companies were selling tons of albums and then CDs, and they were prosperous. The bands were prosperous, and it was a great time. But it just kind of ran its ground.
Okay.
So now it's the World Wide Web. It's like it's like the Wild West again.
But to many guitar players, you're a living legend. So I think so. Your name is well recognized in that space. And I have to read one thing because I really liked your statement on your website in the bio. There was one statement. The last sentence is, "The rest is just a work in progress." You know, this is high-end understatement. I think you really know that you sold 30 million albums and that you are, you know, a living legend for guitar people. And is it something which you really recognize?
Well, yeah, I'm a guy that once I complete something, I'm always looking for what to do next. I don't really live in the now.
Okay.
I'm living on what I'm going to do next.
Okay.
But sometimes, you know, it's good to just stop everything and go, wow, you know, I have been doing this for 33 years. You know, I have, you know, I've been to the Grammys. I won an MTV award. I played Rock in Rio in front of 130,000 people.
Yeah.
You know, it's you start thinking of all these things, and you know, it's great.
But that makes you very accessible to the people.
Yeah, but for me, you know, I'm a real person, just like anybody else, trying to get stuff done, you know, and trying to, you know, write the next song, write the next album, the next idea, instigate a video idea, or, you know, whatever I can to keep the band going.
Yeah. And you are ESP's signature guitarist, so that means, I think, 1998 you got your endorsement. I think it was 1998.
It was 1988.
88. Okay.
Yeah, it was 88. We were on the same management back then as Metallica, and Metallica started using ESP, and our management asked if Chris DeGarmo and I would, you know, like to try out some ESP guitars, and that was back when ESP was still based in New York City, and you know, we met with them, and you know, they got us a couple guitars to go on tour when that was the And Justice for All tour that we went on, and that's, you know, I've been with ESP ever since.
Yeah. So how is your influence on the signature models? Is it something where you say, I go with the techniques I know and just change the design, or do you really try out techniques as well?
Well, I mean, at first, you know, you have your first signature, and then you want to refine it. You know, you start noticing things that could be better. You know, for instance, you know, there was a great idea to make the skulls on my guitar glow. You know, so it's it costs a little more money because you got to dip the whole guitar in a phosphorus paint. You know, and let it dry, and then they paint the skulls in reverse on it. So, you know, that's kind of a thing. Putting Floyd Roses on them, different style of Seymour Duncan pickups in them, better knobs. You know, you just keep refining them to get them better. Yeah.
Because so we have something special today. 25 years ago, there was an ESP guitar which was made, and Ginne, who is a friend of mine, he had a custom made of that guitar from 25 years ago. I don't know if you remember the design.
Oh yeah, I remember this. This is you know, from the Empire days, you know, and I think ESP made me about 5 or 6 of these. So they're float. I know some of them are in Hard Rock cafes, and you know, and all.
So he owns it, and. Yeah, he wanted to ask you if you're going to sign it, so he will hang it into his living room.
But of course, you know, it's a cool guitar. I remember
25 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, this was the custom edition, is that?
You know, the 80s were all about that.
Yeah.
In the 90s, you know, it was
Ordered here in Düsseldorf.
Yes. There you go.
Yeah. It's a cool guitar. And a cool guy. So we're going to sign it in a couple of minutes. So we're done with our questions. But one thing which I wanted to know is when you think about the 80s and now, and your music is a really grounded heavy metal, classical heavy metal, but with a modern sound, what gets you up in the morning doing this for a long, long time? The espresso?
Yeah, these days it's two of them. But yeah, I mean, look, I love music. I love creating music. I love coming over here and seeing the festivals with all the different age of people that attend these things, and it's intoxicating.
Okay,
it's
cool.
very energetic, and it's something that I've been doing for years, and I love it. I think there's such a great energy in metal and hard rock and progressive rock, and I think it'll always find its ways into the hearts of the fans of music.
Yeah, it does. It does. So the last words are always for the musicians. So please tell the metalheads outside why they should come to the tour, and buy Condition Human.
Well, I've been saying this all year. Support live music, because everybody's stealing music off the internet and it's not doing the bands any good. Support live music.
Yeah. Go to concerts, buy merch, buy the CDs and that stuff. And thanks, Michael. It was a pleasure meeting you.
Pleasure.
Thanks for your time. And now we have some signing minutes.
Where would you like me to sign it?
He's just taking the pens.
Sometimes, I've signed them right here, so you don't rest, or I can sign on here.
I think he wants to.
Two cups.
Okay.
On this side,
Yeah.
maybe on
The black one on the back side, right? Yeah,
Yeah, that's
makes sense.
yeah.
You still have that model at home?
This one?
Yeah.
No.
You don't have that anymore?
No. Let's see. I can't tell if this is maple. The crazy thing was, back in the 90s, they made these, and I wanted a maple body because George Lynch had a maple body, right? And I didn't like the sound of them, so
Gotcha.
I like mahogany
Okay,
and
which is what-
alder bodies.
Yeah, it's warmer.
Yeah, that's what all mine are made out of.
Yeah,
Is like,
okay. Cool.
What do you mean?
Where you like?
is it gonna hang like this, or is it gonna hang like this, or?
Maybe I play it.
Okay.
Stage.
You want him to play it? with your signing on?
Okay, I will put it right here then. There you go. Now you got good vibes on there.
Awesome. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure meeting you.
There you go.
Thank you guys. We're out.
Metal-heads.de